Hey, Dr. Kukral. I am Tyler Nottingham, and
I'm Nathan Griesbaum recording, so.
so we are we're cooking today Bobotie, which is a traditional South African dish. So we got all of our ingredients put out already. We have 2 eggs, our olive oil for cooking, and then we have chutney and apricot jam, and then we have our spices here, which is curry powder, oregano, basil, cumin, and turmeric. And then we have some lemon zest, and then lemon juice, tomato paste, garlic, onions, and then the ground beef. And then we also have here is bread that is soaking in milk right now.
3 slices.
Yeah. And then, was that everything?
I think we got everything over there.
Then, what we have to do now is that we will be preparing the ground beef by browning it and then cooking it with the spices and onion.
Over here in the frying pan.
Yes.
Right, so here I am adding the 2 chopped onions to the heated boiled pan. We're going to let this cook until the onions are soft, and then we will add in our spices, including our garlic, and then from there we will brown the beef.
Alright, so now to the onions we'll be adding our spices and the garlic, and then we'll let this cook for a minute or 2 until the garlic gets soft, and then after that we'll add in our ground beef. There we go. Now we'll be adding in our 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and then we'll let this cook until it browns, and then after that we'll add in the rest of our ingredients before it goes into the oven. Alright, so now we are adding a few ingredients. One is the apricot jam, and then this one is the chutney.
This is after we've taken it off the heat.
Okay,
we need to get the spoon here to help get this out of there. It's a little thick.
And then we'll also be adding our lemon juice and lemon zest. Along with some salt and pepper. And then after we mix these all these things together into the ground beef, we need to wring out the bread that was soaking in the milk, and then we will tear the bread up into crumbs and add that to the ground beef as well.
And we have the oven preheating to 350 at the moment to cook this in this cast iron skillet. So our salt and pepper have all been incorporated, and we've added like the salt and pepper to taste. So this is just sitting here off the heat, preparing or waiting for the bread, which we are currently straining the milk from the bread.
So we're squeezing out the milk from the bread, and then we'll put the 2 eggs into the milk as well and mix those together. And then after we do this, we will tear the bread up into pieces, spread it into with the meat, as well as add the milk and eggs, and then I think it goes into the oven.
Mm-hmm. So I've added in these bread pieces into the meat mixture, and we're just gonna incorporate these, and then Tyler will add like the egg mixture as well as the tomato paste, and then we'll place it in this cast iron before putting it in the oven for about 45 minutes.
Very tight.
Just mid action shot, you know.
Yeah, you just spread it over.
We on? Alright. So we're gonna add this egg, and it sits on top of the meat. It adds like this cool layer on top.
And then we are going to garnish decoratively with the bay leaves. And then after this, we will throw it into the oven that's heated at 350 degrees. It cooks for 45 minutes, and then it should be done.
So 15 minutes into the baking process, this is what it looks like. The egg on top hasn't cooked quite yet, so that's just a checkpoint.
After 45 minutes in the oven, it is done cooking. Oh my god, this is actually really good.
Looks really good.
Yep. And it has a nice golden brown color like it's supposed to. So I guess we will try this and then we'll give you our review on how it tastes.
So here's a little final dish. It was really kind of not as I was thinking it was going to be a little more firm, but it turned out to be more of like a casserole kind of thing. So we ended up just spooning it out onto the plate, and then I made a little bit of rice here. The recipe didn't really call for some rice, but when we were kind of looking through this recipe for ideas, we saw some examples of this dish made with some rice. So here's first bite. I'm gonna do it with no rice. So get a little bit of the egg in there with this beef. It's probably gonna be really hot, so.
Good.
It's pretty good, yeah. I mean, it's really good. So, I said out of 10, right?
I don't remember. I think it just said like rate how it like the flavor.
I mean, it's really good. I mean, the fruit. I've never really thought about. I've never really had like a fruit with meat before, like a ground beef and fruit. So that was kind of interesting. And when I was kind of tasting the meat, doing the salt and pepper when I was trying to do that, it was really interesting flavor with the fruit in there too. So it really adds a unique element to the dish. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'd say like 7 or 8 out of 10. I mean,
I'd agree. It was pretty good. And then here's one last look at the dish.